What's going on, everybody? This is Extract. Haven't been doing any tutorials of late because I've been so busy and trying to function, trying to work on my own game, trying to actually be able to progress a little bit. Been going out of town, which is something that I recommend for anyone who's not able to take advantage of a scene because they don't have one. Um, Look around for your surrounding areas. Fortunately for me, I have to travel a couple of hours in order to get games in, but the individuals that I play with, they make sure to give me as much knowledge as possible, so that way the trip is well worth it. This tutorial, it's more or less of explanative of what you can do with Viper. As this is my favorite character to use in the game. But the thing about her is, in my previous videos I spoke about how to do, some of the burn kick feint combos and whatnot. This is fine and dandy, but it means nothing unless you can actually get the hit. Viper is a great brush down character, but the thing about her is she has great zoning options. And I explained about how to go ahead and do her rapid size modes and whatnot. But the thing about that is you're not going anywhere. If you want to make a move, you have to go ahead doing like that. That can work if you have it covered by an assist, but regardless of what you're doing, there are a lot of assists that are quicker than whatever assist that you may have, and it has to be some type of projectile. What I recommend is for you to learn how to use her Eyebeams and do her FADC size modes. Now, her Eyebeam has a lot of durability, and along with that, it's allowing you to keep your spacing, and the people, it's got the charge glitch just like Zero, just like Virgil, and so you can do your beam and just keep on doing it. Now, the thing about this is that if you call an assist, see, it takes away the charge. I'm not exactly sure why it's like that, but that's definitely the case. So what you do is you kind of stagger it. As you see, I keep on pressing the button like right after. I'm accustomed to doing that. That's something I have to work on. But as long as you stagger it, you can actually go ahead and get the beam. You see the beam comes out. You do it like that, and you can actually continue the pressure a lot easier like that. The other thing is working along with your FADC size modes. Now what this does is this allows you to get closer while continuing your pressure. Anybody who plays Vipers, in the zoning way, they're gonna know how to do the Eyebeams and do the standard rapid size modes or whatever, and keeping them in different areas. But the thing about that is, what they're going to do is they're going to do that, and then they're going to call beam or whatever, and they're going to keep doing it, dash forward, dash back, which is all fine and dandy. But I mean, if you want to just hold your ground, and the basics with Viper is you're trying to fluster them enough to where they have nothing more they want to do other than to get in and shut you up. Just quick as fast. Just quick, fast, and in a hurry. So she has so many moves or so many tools that she can use to just halt all that. It's just ridiculous. So once they get in, let's say that you're facing somebody like Magneto, and they can just duck under. It's gonna seem like an issue, right? Because you may get a couple of beams where they're gonna end up blocking, whatever. And the idea behind all this is to go ahead and get that chip damage. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep on doing this. They may end up just dashing and getting in closer or whatever. Once they get to a certain point, because you're going to probably be stacking, going between your seismos and your beams, okay? And what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to find that proper spacing, okay? What you're going to do is once they get to about here, if they decide that they want to make any sort of moves, now I'm not sure exactly how well you can see it, but you can see the area. This is roughly a little bit, about a third of the screen. That's the blast radius of her EX Seismo. So what you're going to use that, you're going to use that to check them or catch them off guard or let them know, hey, back up, okay? What I didn't explain is how to actually go ahead and use her I-beam and her Seismo in that manner. So what you do is you're going to hold triangle. It's going to be kind of rough at first, but you're going to hold triangle and you're going to do your Seismo and you're going to press up right as you do your Seismo. You're going to hold up because what that does, that cancels your jump, and then you're going to let go of triangle. But remember, you're going to keep using that glitch so you can keep it charged, okay? So use that as much as possible, and that's going to be one of your main tools, using your seismos. And the one problem with this is, for pad players, it's going to be kind of hard to go. Let's say you want to go to start doing medium. It's going to be kind of hard. You're basically like playing zero with Viper, okay? Because sometimes you're going to end up, you know, trying to do Seismo, and it's going to be like, why isn't it coming out? Okay? And it's going to be kind of harder to go ahead and do that with square and triangle. So you're going to have to just practice on that. Your best options are just to go into training mode and work with them standing or recording what you're doing. Record what the player may do, or just record them going back and forth and trying to dodge. Simulate the exercise, possibly record what you're doing, so that way later on you can get an understanding of how the opponent's going to be moving, and then record the movements of whatever the player does, so that way you can try to play a game of cat and mouse. Like I said, this was more or less an explanative video to explain what you can do with Viper and the best options. I'll continue to try to put out more content for pad players and explain how to do the FADC seismos easier, and put out more as to training methods. So like, subscribe, and I will try to put out another one soon. Alright? Peace.